Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Bo. Okay. Good morning there. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Let's go look at the marriage of Lord Caitanya. Let's marry Lord Caitanya today. We can all do it. He can do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Morning there. Hare Krishna. And good morning to our audience out there. Everybody out there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Somebody put this in Gaurahari's Angels. River, you can do it or something. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Just advertise it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. If you guys hear any popping sound, let me know. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So we're chanting the holy name. That's what it is. This name is a mantra, and it frees the mind. Yeah, people experience ecstatic states of happiness just by chanting. So try it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. People are commenting. You probably can't see it. They're from other places. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. It's mostly okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gora Bhaktavinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gora Bhaktavinda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Please charge the battery if low.
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. You can take your microphones off. I'll be right back. Yeah, this is chanting. You're chanting mantras. So we're meditating. Just think of it as meditation. Put your yeah. So okay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You can keep your microphones on. I can't hear you because I got my microphone plugged in, but you know, it is what it is. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Gem is, I can't really talk to you. I'm chanting right now, and if you want to know what we're doing, you're just gonna have to come here and take some time to listen. Otherwise, nothing I can do, man. You know, I don't have time to sit here and explain to people who just come, you know, and then never come again. You know, it's either come or don't come. If you want to find the greatest thing you can ever find in this world, stick around for 30 days. Otherwise, you know, don't waste my time. You know, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'm not going to sit here and engage in conversation with you. Show that you have some desire to know truth. You know, otherwise, you know, Hare Krishna. I have to. You know, we're busy with people who've been here for 5 years. You know?
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna. We come here every day, 365 days a year, most of us, because it's so fantastic. You know. So if you put a little time into it and see for yourself. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Hari Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
I'm gonna lose
Rama,
you for
Hare
a minute. I'm gonna change mics, so I gotta refresh.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
You guys are spoiling my reputation. This poor guy says, what have I done to you ladies?
Giving us Krishna.
I haven't done anything. Krishna's done it. My Lord, he's a very
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
Okay, we're back. So
Shall we mute our mics now, Guru Maharaj?
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Janaki
so
says no sound.
Janaki says what?
Janaki says no sound. We have sound here.
Yeah, we have sound.
Okay, let's see if there's sound coming. Maybe they'll be having sound. It's kind of a delay for them. Yeah, it's okay now. So this one devotee had a dream, very interesting. I saw it related to our sangha. So she has this dream about she has a set of Chaitanya Charitamritas, and from what I remember, I don't know, I might be missing something, but basically, um, uh, Prabhupada appears, and he's preaching to a crowd of people, and they're all nodding, they're all getting it, but she's not hearing, she's not understanding Prabhupada. You know, she says, "I can't hear him, I can't hear him," and they're all listening, they're all hearing. And so, anyway, this is related. I totally saw this related to our son because Prabhupada also appeared in my dream in 1996 and gave approval to this. So this is where Prabhupada, see, she can't hear because her hearing is contaminated by ISKCON. See? There's poison in all of these sons because they're not giving you things as it is. There's hypocrisy there. It's like a Pharisee thing. They're misunderstanding. They maybe, they're understanding things externally. So they can't hear. And Prabhupada's preaching. See, we're preaching to the crowds who are listening. They're nodding their heads. They new people coming. And the ISKCON people, we can't hear you, Prabhupada. We can't hear you. Yeah, because he's speaking here. See, the real Prabhupada, their hearing is contaminated by people that are not really gurus. They're not really qualified. They've never been qualified. So how do you build a house? There people in ISKCON after 50 years, they've been building a house on a false foundation. How can it actually stand? They never will hear the real Prabhupada until they hear from those who really represent the real world. And that goes all the way up into all the way up into all those who, the ones who come in and they try to say that we're actually the successors. All of them. The real successors is in our sangha here. Why? We get the desired result. We're giving success to the parampara. Success is love of God, life's ultimate goal, and that's being realized. So it's they can deny it, but it's undeniable truth. Okay? The truth is the truth. Truth sets people free. Ultimately, truth opens people's blind eyes. See, but that's why they don't hear. I said, yeah, I was going to write on I will later on and say, well, that's the thing. Your hearing is not. You're not hearing Prabhupada. You want to hear Prabhupada? Come here. That's what people that have been studying Prabhupada's books for up to 40 years have been saying. Yeah, now I understand more. I get better. That's how it works. It's always. You got to have your hearing purified by the conclusive statements and understanding of a living devotee. So anyway, I thought that was very. What is this? Oh, okay, this is. So. Uh, all glory. This is chapter 10 of Madhya Lila. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is compared to a cloud that pours water on fields of grain, which are like devotees suffering due to a shortage of rain. Separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a drought, but when the Lord returns, his presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on all the grains and saves them from perishing. Beautiful. All glories to Lord Caitanya, and all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, and all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed from South India, King Prachaparudra called for Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his palace. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met the king offered him a seat with all respects and inquired about the news of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The king said to the Bhattacharya, I have heard that a great personality has come from Bengal and is staying at your home. I've also heard that he is very, very merciful. Now can you see the difference between the kings of this world and the kings back then? The kings of the world back then, he acknowledged, oh, you're a devotee of God. You actually have devotion. You're actually a liberated soul. You've got the mercy of the Lord. Let me give respect. This is how you get the mercy. See? What do we got now? Great kings that are all puffed up. Great kings in ISKCON, in Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Siddhi. Great kings who can't acknowledge those who have the mercy of Lord Jesus. Which is, this is and until they give any respect to this preaching, they'll never hear Prabhupada. It's just going to be like this. They won't be hearing Prabhupada. They're hearing something else. They're not hearing. They're deaf. They're listening to deaf people. Blind people, deaf people are leading deaf people and blind people. Okay? Because this is the way it works. This king had the real mercy of the Lord to listen and to give respect to a person who had got the mercy of God, the mercy to have to be changed and transformed, go through the regeneration. Okay? So otherwise, if you don't give respect to those who have went through the regeneration, you'll be taken off. You'll be taken off. That's why they're going. That's why their gurus, their leaders are take the shots with us. You go with us because you believe us. And we're misleading. That's why it's. But those who listen will hear. Their ears, they'll have the miracle. The real miracle is not to have your physical ears open, have your spiritual ears, your heart open, your eyes open to see spiritual reality. Because that's all that's important. Just one moment of seeing reality is worth a whole lifetime of darkness. At least you've seen something that's real. Even these people that come here and say, well, what are you doing? Hey man, even though you don't know it, you saw something of reality. You got a peek. It's better than a whole lifetime just living in that bullshit that's coming out of your mouth. That bullshit is coming out of your mouth because that's what happens. You meet what is real and it draws out your illusion. Always been. So in time, people like that, they start to wake up, come out of the dream. You got to meet the devotees, just those who actually see reality, perceive reality, went through the regeneration, and they've been born again, spiritually reborn. We're it for the Vaishnavas. I haven't seen it. I haven't met one. I've been to, you know how many times I've been to India? So looking for something. Oh, you can find nice persons. Just like it was no difference than when Madhavinda Puri and Nityananda, they were roaming all over India. And I also roamed around. And I was meeting people. I met saintly people, nice people, good people, devotees, dedicated their lives to Krishna or whatever deity. Really respectful, nice, and everything. But were not woken up. They didn't have the ecstatic symptom. They didn't have the bliss of knowing what's beyond the covering. And that's why this happened. This is the mercy. That's why Prabhupada came. Yeah, preach on. Go ahead. Distribute that vibration that nobody understands. It causes the birth. People who listen, look what's happening. Yeah. What have I done to you? No. What has God done? That's how it works. And what is God? When you listen to a devotee, they just sow seeds. What is born of that? That's it. See? Is it a good tree? Is it a bad tree? Is it a good fruit or a bad fruit? Or is it a transcendental fruit? See? Look, this is called transcendental. This is this should be the most desirable thing in the world because it is the most desirable. People don't understand what to have the regeneration, so you live forever. To be in the new, not this new age in the world, the shadow, the new age of living. You know, not having Mr. Biden and all these elites tell you what to do and how to live. They're in darkness, man. The bankers, these bankers meditating on money and wealth, control, that's their whole life is money, wealth, control. That's their happiness. You know, that dark, you know, moving chess pieces around, which people are, they have no feeling, nothing. Just chess pieces around. They're just a board. Okay? And you're just chess pieces out there. Boring religions, no much different, man. You're a chess piece on these gurus and these leaders. Bored, move you around, use you just like they use you, exploit you as a resource. I know. Hey, man, 5 years in this con, work my ass off. And maybe you can understand what that was like. 5 years, you know, making money for the Lord. You know, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. What did I get for it? Couldn't even get a bus ticket when I was finally used up, dishwashed, burnt out. Oh, get out of here. Use you. See, why is that? They can't help it. It's Maya. They're in Maya, man. That's why they're lining you up for the shots and putting masks on you and Prabhupada and the deities probably now. Come on, this is the way it is. See, that's not the regeneration. This is the regeneration. You know? Hari Kata with gusto, the truth with gusto, man. With a gust of wind in it that blows Maya down. She's weak compared to this. What power does a shadow have with the conclusive truth, which is real light? No power. Blows it down. See, that's the way it is. King, offer respect to the devotees. He got the mercy of the Lord. Went through the regeneration. Got ecstatic symptoms. Just like you. Whoever gives respect to this preaching, whoever gives respect to this ecstatic work, whoever gives respect to this word, to this knowledge, to this understanding, you get it. You go to. Why not? What else you got to look forward to? Look at the shadows doing that, taking away all your happiness. Look at the lockdowns and shit. And these people are miserable. And it's just, oh, how would you like to be locked down and like this? You'd be ecstatic, man. Wow, more time for Hari Kata. It's like Amy, you know, they took her job away, you know, and they gave her money. She said, oh, well, it's been great for me because I got to listen to all these classes. Otherwise, I'd have to be there. See, that's how everything becomes a blessing. You see the blessing. I also heard that this great personality has shown great favor. Everybody's going around. Look, this person became a devotee. See the difference now? Nobody says, oh, look, this person, not in ISKCON, not in any. That's why they're all deaf. See? Prabhupada's preaching, nobody's hearing, but the public out there, they're nodding their heads hearing. But the ISKCON, their ears are all blind because they're gurus, because of their gurus. I'm sorry, you don't like this preaching? Too bad, man. This is the medicine. Hey, otherwise, there's no healing. You'll just die deaf. Go on listening to those guys. They're not hearing. You're not hearing. Yeah, truth will set you free. Maybe this will touch one person out of thousands who are deaf. from hearing and believing that they're getting to Krishna and they're not hearing Prabhupada right. Great dream that lady had. Just spells it all out. They had Chaitanya Charitamrita and Prabhupada's preaching it because he's preaching it here. And she can't hear. I can't hear. Why can't hear? And she's trying to hear. Can't hear nothing. Yeah. Well, you got to come over here. Here. You got to come where Prabhupada's preaching. He's facing the crowd over there, and she can't hear over there. What's he saying? What's he saying? Didn't know what he's saying. No, come over here and listen. He's preaching here. The real Prabhupada, well, under his order and blessing. The real parampara flowing. This is for everybody, you know. Otherwise, they die in their many lifetime thing to attain Krishna, and it will be. Well, you think it, you know, you got to wait for a situation. You got to go through the real process. The real process is right there in every book, man. Arjuna heard from Krishna, bona fide representative of himself. Maharaj Parikshit heard from a realized devotee who had realized real devotion, real love for Krishna. Always the same. The wives of the Brahmins left their Brahmin persons who also couldn't hear the real essence and conclusion of Bhagavad. They're just doing their ceremonies, the varnashram things, and all puffed up from all of that. See? They went and heard from the simpletons, the cowherd boys, informal persons like us. You know, what do? We're not putting on any pretense. Don't need. The sincere people will come. Oh, they're interested in truth. See? What, you interested in externals and ceremonies and all of that? That's impressive to you? Well, there you go. Krishna has provided that for you. You interested in real truth, the real essence of truth, the conclusive truth of Prabhupada's books and the Bhagavatam and the Goswami books? Well, that's what we're about here. Well, how do we know you're doing the good? Well, look at River there. Look at Lalita there. If this wasn't conclusive, you think they'd be ecstatic like this? You think God would be giving them the mercy if this wasn't the real deal? This wasn't what all ISKCON was looking for in Gaudiya Smini, Gaudiya Math. You guys don't even have any symptoms like this. Well, obviously the Lord is here in this Sangha and not over there in your Sangha. At least not my Lord. Because if my Lord was there, you'd be ecstatic like this. Because this is the real Lord. This is his real confidential potency called Bhakti Dev. And he's not over there in any of those sanghas that I've seen. Not even in the Narayan. Not even in the Radha. Not that I've seen. Prove me wrong, but nobody will come forward. What, they don't hear this preaching? What, we're not too public on Facebook every day, 365 days a year? For many, 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 many years? What, nobody cares about this? That means you don't really care about Krishna. You don't know about Krishna. You're deaf from listening to these blind gurus. This is your medicine. If you got any chance, somebody will listen. And you do some real service to your brothers and sisters by who they'll see your testimony and they'll start helping them wake up. Like people are waking up. See, they're looking at Lalita now over there. You know, and they're thinking, wow, she's ecstatic. Why is she always happy? And after a while, they start to look at sour pusses over there because they're not hearing the real Prabhupada. And then they look at Lalita and they look back at the sour puss faces over there. People don't get this mercy, not eating this bread of life. And they look at Lalita. After a while, they do it again. Even an imbecile. Morons. Yeah, they never heard about CC. Can you imagine? They're called devotee. Yeah, because it's postgraduate. Their gurus can't teach them. Yeah, they need to hear this if they want to go through the regeneration. They need to hear Chaitanya Leela. because that's what it's all about. It's born again experience. Or anything. Yeah, I mean anything. I always preach everything in terms of Caitanya Leela, in terms of the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Listen to the classes. That's exactly the way the Dvaitacharya preached. He preached Bhagavad Gita in relation to the mercy of Krishna. The mercy, how you get it through realized devotion, how you get real devotion. Not all the preliminary stuff for yoga. Meditate, find out how difficult it is to meditate, and your mind is like the wind to be blown here and there. Your only real alternative, the way you said, is the mercy of the devotees who have realized Krishna. To just hear from them like Arjuna heard from from Krishna. He told everything I'm saying, he was saying. Same thing. Same kind of move. Of course, yes, words. But it's the same idea. Everything in terms of the mercy of the Lord, the conclusive truth. How to get the mercy like this. That was a preaching of Advaita. That was a preaching of Nityananda. Okay? Preaching of Lord Chaitanya. Preaching of their real followers, not false followers. Not like the false followers in the world. Out of the many lifetime preaching. Oh, you're going to tame Krishna by your austerities, and Narayan Raj preaching. Oh, you got to be austere. You got to be super devotee. Oh, and everybody's saying, oh, I'm never going to make it because I can't be like Narayan Raj. Well, you guys are even better than what he's got. You got to have more potency than what he has because you're able to transmit ecstatic devotion, and he wasn't. Oh, wow. That should be very puffed up sometimes. You guys getting what they don't get. And that's the truth. You don't like what? That's not very humble of me speaking the truth. Well, too friggin' bad. My Lord was also very much. At times, not always. You restart reading some of these sections, see, like he would humble. Nobody else could. So he better be with you, because you can't speak like you can't. Oh, you're so offensive to these pure devotees. Offensive what? Prove that you're pure. Prove that that this is offensive to a pure. You show us that they're pure devotees. I'll be wrong. I'll kiss their feet if we're wrong. We'll just put it before the board here. Here we have the board of the directors. We have the real GBC. Just put it through the board here and let us examine. We're the examiners here. And let's examine their pure. There's alleged pure devotional qualification. Let's have them chant in front of the board 2 days. See if they have some symptoms we understand. Nobody else seems to appreciate the outside, which is practically everybody. All the Vaishnava groups are outside. Well, put it before the board. Show us. Yeah, I've also heard he's very merciful. Yeah, very merciful. You know what mercy is? You just come to the devotees and you very easily get this part. Now that's proof of mercy, right? Proof that this works. Now, if you're really empowered by Lord Caitanya, that's its style. Very merciful, most merciful. The qualifications of the devotees of Lord Caitanya, they're the most merciful like their Lord. They're the most intelligent like their Lord. Nobody can, that's why you come for 30 days, we'll prove it. We just even use simple, unmemorized verses. They just will come somehow or other. And you'll see they're more conclusive than anything you've heard in 40 years in this country, or even Bhagavad Gita. I sat in those classes with Narayan Raj. I couldn't. It's like, it's all over the place. And they think that's why they can't understand us. I couldn't understand. I didn't want to. I didn't like it. And he's the successor of Prabhupada. That shows you what people know. They know nothing. They're not clear. That's why this will be thrown into the this line will just, it's just useless. What did Lord Caitanya said? If you study the Vedas and and you follow all the rules and varnashram and everything, but you don't develop attraction to Krishna, is you can't. The Lord said. And what is attraction to Krishna? Is what? Is varnashram dharma? The Lord said, oh yeah, that's all superficial, external. Attraction to Krishna is what you see here. You see it right in front of your eyes. This is attraction for Krishna. This was what the Lord showed with his devotees 550 years ago. And can't be shown, not even in right group. They all, oh no, we can't show. What, you can't show? Of course you can't show it. You don't got it. You don't know what it is. You'd have to come here and humble yourselves. That's humility, not this false vain humility. What, you think Radhana's humility is really humble? Humble is you come before the devotees. Otherwise, it's Devananda Pandit's version. You see what the Lord's at there, huh? Oh, Devananda Pandit, I'm going to rip up his Bhagavatam. He should be preaching it. He's not really humble. It's just a show of mode of goodness. It's still superficial. It's not really real. Look at his real attitude. He threw Srivas out of his class. Look at. See, let's compare. Let's show the modern day reality. Yeah, look at Radhana's humility. Look how humble he is. He told Gaur Das's his disciple to leave him, that he was not in the real parampara, to go to Narayan Raj, who was in the real parampara. That's how humble and how unintelligent he is. The modern day example. Isn't it funny that Krishna puts me through these things too? See, what happened before in the book happens now, right? Now you can know what the obstacles are. Didn't that happen didn't the Lord chastise Devananda Pandit? Devananda Pandit, because of that chastisement, didn't die in his illusion. See? He became a pure devotee representative. He realized his fault. This is your chance, brother. The chance for and all of you is your chance. Before you kick the bucket, you get old. Becoming, what do you call, senior citizen. But you're not a citizen where I'm. You want to be a citizen where I'm from? Well, you got to come into this association. You got to make friends with these devotees. That goes for everybody. Make friends with the devotee. Even those coming back here, make friends with the devotee. Very important. You don't go to Vrindavan alone. You got to make friends with devotees, and that's purifying. John Andre. Freddie, when not realized, so-called. They rock. Yeah, of course. How it is. See, truth will set you free. That is so deep, man. I'll never forget that. I'll never let that go. That's the only thing in Kali Yuga, not this false humility. That's called wolves in sheep's clothing. People come to those so-called humble people who are not really purified. That's a Daksha obstacle. Daksha was like that. He was so-called humble, but inside was envy, jealousy, competition. That's the God brothers of Prabhupada. He said they're not. They were acting. Oh, look at Prabhupada said, oh, look, they're actually in. And Narayan Raj praised them all. Even Prabhupada said, actually, no one is qualified for Acharya amongst God. And what did Narayana? Complete contradiction. I was there. I heard. Oh, actually, all the godbrothers are qualified. They are definitely. See? Complete contradiction. So people think they're hearing Prabhupada by hearing contradiction. Oh, no. No. This is time. This tribulation. This makes you tremble. This kind of grief. This puts the pedal to the metal. If any metals start scraping, stepping on the gas. Put everything in gear. You see, we're in gear. We're not idling down the road. Idling. Let's go worship those gurus some more, and you'll see you're just idling down the road, idling your time away. Hypocrisy doesn't get you to the kingdom. Either you're an empowered devotee of the Lord, empowered with the spiritual potency, liberating people, or you're not. So stop taking titles that I'm Sri Guru. I'm the deliverer of my disciples because I got a GBC stamp on my card. Seal of approval. Man's approval. I want to see God's seal. This is, God's seal of approval? The approval of the work being done here is the river and a Lita Ganga and the Johanna Janakis and the Govindas and on and on down the line. Ecstatic devotees. That's the seal of approval of my Lord. My Lord was ecstatic. He was the beginning of ecstasy. The real line, Amada Purya, we're the continuation. And to prove that you are a continuation. So you're another branch on the tree. Proof. And I haven't seen it. And I don't believe I will see it. And as I said, we're not megalomaniacs here. Prove us wrong, but nobody ever does. They hear this preaching. They must be hearing this preaching. I'm sure there's some outraged disciples of Acharya Devs and Radhanath that show this preaching. Look what Gaur is saying. I want you guys to hear this. I want you to hear these proclamations. I want you to get this chance to sneer. You get some poison to show your actual hatred. Not just the story of the dog with the head wound, the king. No, I don't think so. Maybe I could give me another hint. Yeah. Now being merciful upon me. See, being merciful. Who being merciful upon? The one who got the mercy, right? See, the king. Talk about humility. Now that's humility and demonstration. You don't see Radhanath say, well, God, you guys are the mercy river. You're the mercy. You've gotten the mercy of Lord Caitanya in the line. Now being the merciful to me. I also would like to chant in ecstasy like you. No, they don't even give a doggone. They don't care about chanting in ecstasy. Well, you don't care about reality. Oh, you don't care about what's real. You don't care about the real Hare Krishna movement. Because this is the real Hare Krishna, not a big material external show of pomp. It's about ecstatic chanting. It's about bliss. It's about real, solid, true, solid. Like Thor's hammer kind of solid. To break the illusion, break the fusion of the illusion. All right, so yeah. So I've also heard that great personality has shown you great favor. At any rate, this is what I hear from many different people. Now, being merciful upon me, you should do me the favor and arrange an interview. So what is the meaning? Arranging an interview with who? God. See? It's the devotee who arranges that interview. You've got the interview of the Lord. You notice? See? The Lord is interview. You have an interview. Interview is intimacy, isn't it? The interview. You're viewing inside, not outside. Interview. When you go to an interview, they want to know what's going on inside, right? Well, what's inside of you? Who are you about? What's about? See? The interview with the Lord. You guys have got it, man. You know, you're communing with the big man and woman. See? You only get that through the authorized representative. You see, always Guru Tattva, the door to the kingdom, door to the interview with the Lord. You see, these people, you want to prove that you want that interview. How do you get it? You got to see where those who've got the mercy of the Lord. But nowadays, very few people understand what is that mercy. That mercy is what you see here. Sarvabhauma became an ecstatic devotee. He started to laugh, cry, when he chanted, he got the interview. And then anybody else wanting to interview, you got to go through a real devotee, man. Real devotee, not fake, not a pretender. I'm pretending that I'm a real spiritual master, that I can get you an interview with the Lord, but you never get the interview. You go, well, hey, Radhanath, where are those who have gotten the interview, the intimate interview of God? They're in there communing with the Lord. They're married to the Lord, man. They got this intimate communion with God, and they get revelation, realization, ecstasy. You know, they went through the regeneration. They've been spiritually reborn. Where's that? People need to be woke, and not the kind of woke in this world. People are asleep. You're asleep till you meet the real devotees, because what? They have real understanding, real knowledge, truth of what's going on in this world, in the illusion. See? What do you call Maya Tattva, the truth about illusion, and the truth. Is that what you hear? Where are you going to hear talk? Does Einstein ever talk about the essence of peace? Did Socrates talk about the essence of peace? Did King Solomon talk about truth like that? And he was all his wise wisdom of the world? Answer for everything. Oh, let's make it brief and contemporary. Did Sadhguru ever speak about it? Or just how to better there? Or how to play? He. Or anybody out there bringing you deeper than just external ceremony, fire sacrifice, and Brahmin bread. The Bhattacharya replied, all that you have heard is true, but as far as an interview is concerned, it's there. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in a renounced order, very much attached to the world. He stays in solitary places, even in meetings. He does not grant. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, your sound is very difficult for me.
Oh, again?
Many syllables, for after a while I cannot hear it anymore.
Well, you gotta keep telling, because otherwise I talk and talk.
Yeah, but because nobody else said it, I thought maybe it's only me. Yamuna, how is it with you? Very good.
It's good sound. Sound
Maybe
is falling
every few
yeah.
words. Yeah, that's like Shanaki said. Yeah.
You're gonna have- Okay, you know what I'll do is I'll refresh and let me know if it gets better.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna
Any better?
Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Any better? Better.
Much better. Much
Okay,
better.
so when it falls off or something, I'll just refresh. See if
Yeah.
that's okay. Good. All right. So yeah. Still, I would try to arrange an interview, but he has recently left the tour South India. Oh, you know what it is? Oh yeah, it's heating up. It's heating up. The king asked, "Why has he left Jagannath Puri? Great saints go to holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify them. For that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is visiting many kirtas and delivering many conditioned souls." Yeah, and you see, this is how people go to these holy places. I mean, yeah, they go to get purified. So they're pious. A lot of pious people there. A lot of good people. A lot of people come to ISKCON. A lot of these gurus are good people too. You know, they're good, but then that's not good enough. You gotta be, you gotta have perfection living inside you. And I say living inside because I'm not. I don't consider myself perfect. But the Lord is perfect. See? The Lord wants to use us like flutes. See? And He can do that if we develop this intimacy. See? That's all it is. And then He cleans His own flute out so that He can play it. Even if externally it looks like it's not. It's like the gopis said to Krishna. Krishna, how did this flute get such a position? It's just a piece of bamboo with full of knots even. But look, it's touching your lips, and therefore it's become beautiful, worthy to hear. That's what the Lord wants to do with us. He's given his treasury, his mercy, to the most fallen persons here, and they'll become eloquent speakers, knowers of the truth. And these others, they just remain puffed up, and they have only external knowledge. No. Yeah, hollowed out. That's what it's all about. That's why I say, really, this is an opportunity to get hollowed out. Don't think even like sometimes people get some ecstasy and they think they're completely hollowed out. No, it's a process of purification. Just keep on, you know. Just go. Don't think when you think you've arrived. We never arrive. It's not about it. It's about the journey. The journey is beautiful. Kissing Krishna, just engage. Don't even think about arrive. It's false. Keep engaging the process. That's all I think. The journey. Every day coming and chanting Hare Krishna, meeting Krishna. That goes on forever. The gopis aren't thinking, well, now I'm purified. I mean, I feel, yeah, now I'm purified today, great, wonderful, ready for the next. Rest up a little bit, next meeting. The king, great saints go to holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify. Why? They bring the Lord. How would you like? It's a relationship, man. It's all about bringing the Lord where you go. Isn't that nice? You bring the Lord, you go. You engage in devotional service. You're bringing the Lord where you go. See? That's the only purification for the world, is a devotee because they're in relationship to the transcendental Lord. That's the only real purification in this world. Otherwise, everybody's just going up and down, pious and impious things. Maybe liberation if you find a few people that are sick of this world and they're trying to be liberated. But that's all. They also fall down from that. Why? Because it's not perfect. Or you meet a Vaishnava. Somehow or other, you got to meet a Vaishnava is realize the complete truth. They got to, because that's our universally for everybody, our natural position is loving the Lord. That's solid. That's, there's nothing more attractive. Nothing more truthful. All truth comes is loving. Isn't it amazing? All truth comes. All understanding comes. That's why the Lord is so attractive to come as a devotee. God, look at my devotee, Radha. Look how happy she is. Love. Look at her happiness. Look at her understanding. Look at her knowledge because of the strength of her love. It's like a strength, like these people working out, devotees, they have another kind of strength. They're looking at spiritual bodies. Oh, look at the strength of this person's love. Look at the strength of this. It's give them such knowledge, such understanding of life. That's why Socrates and Einstein didn't understand any, and Solomon too, and Sadhgurus, people like that don't have really that much knowledge of consequence. Only for, maybe people in the world and they're impressed by superficial knowledge. Okay? But if you come here, you'll understand, oh, no, look at how much devotion. Wow. Oh, look at their understanding. But that's the consequence of love. Yeah, like John Andres exists. See, that's following the real path, giving respect to the real elevated devotee. Seeing that you can get mercy. You can get, go deeper in your devotional service by the mercy of the devotee. Very important. That's why you might be a Vaidhi devotee. Many of these gurus might be a Vaidhis on the Vaidhi level. And that's why they also, if they want to go deeper, you got to go to the deeper devotee who have a deeper realization, a deeper understanding. What? Because of deeper love. So, see, all about love. That's where the deeper understanding comes from. Great saints go to holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify. For that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is visiting many tirthas and delivering many, many conditioned souls. That's why it's better to go to the devotee, ecstatic than to go to the pilgrimage places, because the devotees actually purify those pilgrims. Can you believe it? This is how important it is. The devotee goes to a place of pilgrimage. What do? They give classes, or they talk to people. What do they talk about? Oh, they're understanding. They're not, and that's how you begin to understand. Like Jesus said, the Father knows the Son knows the Father, and the Son can reveal the true nature of the Father, of God, true nature, to whom he chooses to talk to him, chooses to listen to their uncommon understanding. It's uncommon because their love is so deep and so great. That's how you want to know who is guru in this world. If you're a Hare Krishna devotee, look for the persons who have the most love for Krishna. And that is all explained in the book. Those who have deep love for Krishna, that is transcendental love for Krishna, they have true love of God, chapter 23 of Madhya Lila, have those symptoms described in that book. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry when they chant Krishna's name or Krishna's past. They choke up, you know. And if they're not cheating you, like they're crafty. This is the problem. People have crafty intelligence, and they worm their way in to be leaders, but they mislead you, because they're not the real deal. That's like a lot of these gurus. They're just overly intelligent, intellectual. They don't really understand, because where's their love? Where's the symptoms of their love? Where's the symptoms of chapter 23 of a real guru, a real associate of Lord Caitanya? Nowhere to be seen that I've seen. Oh, they're all hiding. Oh, yeah. How long are people going to believe the bullshit? Why would you follow? I mean, this is stupidity. Follow people, for 10, 20, 30 years, and you don't even know if they're actually a realized soul, even though they may say it or infer it. Well, my guru is a pure devotee. Yeah, well, how do you know? Well, I don't know. Everybody seems to accept that. See, all the symptoms. That's why we have Prabhupada's books. That's why Prabhupada told me, okay, you reveal what's in my book. Just tell them as it is. Don't worry, bust their illusion for their benefit. It's only going to be good for you. If you find out, come on, man, is there any sincerity out there amongst you gurus? If you find out you've been going down the wrong road, isn't it nice to find the real road, the kingdom? Isn't that going to save you some lifetime? That's the whole point of having an associate, a real spiritual master, is they don't mislead you. They tell you how to get directly to the God. Not how to go to these many lifetime paths by being an unqualified spiritual master who says that they can deliver their disciples, or it's inferred. I don't care. You say, well, I never said I could deliver my disciples. They're just following me because, you have to have a spiritual master. The book says that, and I'm not telling them how I can deliver them. But hey, man, they're going to you. I've seen it, man. Oh, Gurudev, my Gurudev is a pure devotee. Oh, he's going to deliver me and all that. And you allow that to go on. You're guilty. Guilty. That's why you probably feel guilty. True. Well, go ahead. Why don't you feel guilty? You're doing the same thing. You're letting them. Well, amen, because they're getting delivered, man. Proof is in the pudding. I'm just looking. I'm looking. Oh, well, God, must be bona fide. That dream must be true. It's not just a pipe dream. Prabhupada really did come. Look at all these ecstatic persons come. Look at them becoming transformed. Look at Maria telling me, whoa, I feel she just wrote me a message. Wow, what time you come here, I feel. Oh, amen. I don't hear any testimonies out there from any of those groups. Not even one. You hear any testimonies out there of what their guru is doing for them? They can't even conceive of that. What, my guru doing something for me? I never thought that's the way it happens. I thought it was just a big superficial show where I don't even have that idea enter my mind. Well, we're going to help that idea enter your mind, and even in the minds of your guru. For their benefit, of course, and your benefit. Don't you think these ideas should enter your mind? Don't you think you should be intelligent to be in real Krishna consciousness? That's why I love these classes. It gives me a chance to discuss what's really intelligent and what's not. Great. Sometimes he laughs, sometimes he chants, sometimes he runs here and there like a mad. Yeah, any symptoms like that in the gurus out there? Have you seen anybody? I haven't seen that even in the Rayamra. Yeah, where? See, that's guru, man. Hey, yeah, could you imagine having a guru like that? Can you imagine the kind of spiritual progress you would make? No, you can't. It'll be a big surprise. Isn't it a big surprise, Debbie? Do you have any idea? It's always better than that. That's this. That's this sun better than River would never see. Had no idea it would be like. Oh, okay, going down again. Sounds get weird. Okay, I'm going to refresh. See if that works.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare.
How are we doing? Any better?
Say something more.
Okay, something more. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
There is sometimes a syllable, like Janaki says, every few words a syllable falls out. And especially with language problems, it's very difficult to follow you.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. You know what? I'm going to try refresh again.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna.
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Okay, how is this?
Hare.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you know what it is? I think my phone is just overheating because it's this program. It takes up a lot of energy. You know, maybe, okay, I'm going to try something else.
The computer's not hot very well today.
Usually,
A hot one, huh?
It was better now. It was better now.
It's better? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to reduce the a lot of open ones. Okay. Yeah. A little bit. It's still there? Still working? Is it good? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why Yamuna here.
Saints
but
of your
for me it's
caliber are
important.
them. Not good. Let's see. It's working.
Maybe I listen
Okay,
on Facebook.
let's
Maybe
just keep it up. Yeah. I listen on Facebook. Right. Okay. So let us know if it's not working so good. All right. So great saints go to holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify them. For that reason, Caitanya Mahaprabhu is visiting many tirthas and delivering many conditioned souls. Okay? So you got to meet the real devotees who are ecstatic. Okay? And that's how you get delivered. You know, do you want to be delivered or not? You know, and you hear the confidential truth from them, and then you're engaged in this ecstatic devotional service. That's why we're here, is to engage those who are ready, those who want this, in ecstatic worship of God. It's it's really the most attractive thing. It's more intimacy is wonderful. See? And the thing is, you know, those who are ready will go through the purification. So everybody, you know, especially if you're at the point of ecstasy here, go through the purity. Just keep associating with devotees, and it'll be burning sometimes. River Yamuna is good at showing you that process. And you could see it's all deepening. So it works. This is actually unprecedented what we're doing here. This is not common. This would not be happening people would not get this special potency. This is very special mercy upon the world and anybody, and especially for the devotees. If they, those who really want Krishna, you can actually get Krishna in this life because this situation is here. There are no gurus actually to help the devotees engage in this kind of transformation. And the ones who have it, you can see those who are coming. They sometimes either they're very intelligent or they come to the end of their rope. They realize they're burnt out on the world. They're just sick of it. They're ready. They're open to this. And going to the spiritual world where you don't come back. Why would you want to come back to it? That's really helps a lot when you're finished with this. And for the devotees, I'll tell you, when you come to the end of your rope there, when you realize these gurus can't really do that much for you, they can't deliver you, certainly can't deliver you. And the only way you're going to see that is you have to see this. You have to have perspective. You have to see devotees actually delivered. Otherwise, you don't even know what deliverance is. You have to have a devotee speaking about what deliverance is. And they got to show you what deliverance is. And they got to speak about it. That's preaching. In example, and in word, and in deed. Indeed. Then you start to see, oh, wow, that is different. A lot of people coming to Krishna, they want Krishna, but the only example they have is the Vaidhi example. I also came in 1980 for Krishna. And the only example I saw was the Vaidhi Bhakti ceremonies and all of that, and rules and regulations, and that was it. There was nothing more than that. It wasn't like that was just part of it. And then the ecstatic worship was there. There's no ecstatic worship. I got chastised for a few tears coming down when I'm chanting Hare Krishna. And they're still teaching that. Wipe those tears. That's offensive to cry for Krishna in front of people, in front of the deities, or anywhere else. Okay? That's not it. Okay? So there was no example. So people need to see what is real devotion. What are the real symptoms? Okay, you see it. Then it's all confirmed in Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books. Oh yeah, that is authentic. See, it's confirmed in the realizations. This devotee's realizations, they're so conclusive. They're very confidential, like what you read in the books. Oh, now I'm understanding those realizations in the book by contact with a living book. Wow, now I know what Maharaj Parikshit was feeling, because I'm getting that too. I'm also one. May my guru continue to speak. Just keep singing the glories of the absolute truth. It's nourishing, it's enlivening. It gives real happiness in this world of illusion. You become like a real representative of the real disciple. You become like an Arjuna. Oh yeah, Krishna, keep on speaking. Gurudev, keep on speaking. You got a guru like that out there in ISKCON, where Gaudiya Smriti? Does it enliven and awaken these creeper of devotion and ecstasy? That's forthcoming for most of devotional Vaishnavas. Some it'll come in this life, and some later. So this is all where it's got to, in some life, get the. Here, people have the opportunity to have such a guru empowered by the same potency, Shukadev, Prabhupada, all of them. Is that true or not? Is it, Gohar, you shouldn't say that. It's not very humbling, but is it true? That's what you should ask. Is it true? Don't worry about the humility. Nobody knows what real humility is that I've seen. What are you going to do when God says, actually, I'm the Lord? Haven't we read that in these books? The Lord says, actually, I'm the Supreme Lord. What are you going to do? Say, well, you can't be God. That's false ego. Is it true? You should be asking. Yeah, darn right, it's true. He can say it. It's great happiness. Wow, he declared it. But wait was so great. Finally, you declared it. The truth. Jesus, I'm the door. Nobody gets in them with God. Is that false ego, or is it just doggone true? You get in through the devotee. So people shouldn't. Well, that's not very. I'm not going to believe because not humble. Not what my false humility gurus have taught me. What they can't teach you what real humility is. They can't even teach you what real truth is unless they're that kind of guru who delivers the goods. And that's Krishna, right? That's the interview. Did you get the interview with Lord Caitanya? How about you, River? Did you get the interview with Lord Caitanya? Because if you did, you're with an authorized devotee who can give you you're like a Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that got the mercy of Lord Caitanya and is authorized to give you the interview. Did you get it, Lalita, the interview of Lord Caitanya? That's what you guys in ISKCON, don't worry about Gohari Das's humility. Is he truthful? Does it work? Is the Lord behind his activities? Is Prabhupada? Yeah, he may be a little raw and rough around the edges like sandpaper sometimes. Like Maria's dog's tongue. But does the job get done? That's the main thing. Many saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage. Because of their purity, they are constant companions of the Lord. Constant purity. The ecstatic worship, that's the purity. Just keep engaged in that. That's the real purification. No ecstatic devotion, no real purification. Not enough to just be purified, being a Brahmin and following rules and regulations. The Lord even says, that's not purification. You're not even purifying yourselves yet, you Brahmins out there. Purification is engagement in ecstatic devotional service with the tears and the ecstasy, the heart melting, choking, all that stuff, man. Now we're talking purification. Hey, any of you leaders out there in the Hare Krishna movement have any of that? I know, bad boy. I'm the naughty. Yes, River pointed things. She said, "You're so naughty." That's right. I'm a naughty boy. And I say a lot of not this, not that. But I also say it's this, it's this, it's this. See, that's Bhagavad. A Vaishnava travels to places of pilgrimage to purify them and reclaim the fallen conditions. See, this is one of the duties of a Vaishnava. See, reclaim fallen conditions. See, now this is, you see the difference of this preaching then over this time and now? Who's reclaiming fallen conditioned souls? Who's proving they're reclaiming fallen conditions? Well, those who go through the regeneration, those who are getting the spiritual birth, I think that's you guys. I haven't seen any of this going on in the Vaishnava groups yet. I think these words, it's a Vaishnava. See, these are the words of bygone devotees, of bygone realizations of what was going on in bygone times. Where is that stuff going on in bygone times? Going on now? That's what everybody should. Wow, look at this. Gohar is going here and there on the camera, reclaiming fallen conditioned souls, even though he hasn't even met them. Aren't we getting reports like that? It's just, I know this is not very humble of me to speak the truth, but what the heck? I'm going to speak the truth anyway. I don't care about your judgments out there. If I did, I wouldn't be able to preach the truth, you know? You should see, where is that reality? What does it mean to follow? What does it mean to reclaim fallen conditions? You know what it means?
There, look at Lalita Ganga. That's what it means to reclaim home. Look at River. That's what it means to reclaim home conditions. Look at Govinda. Look at Janaki. Look at so many of you guys. That's what it means. If you don't see that, you don't see any reclaimed fallen conditions yet. You don't see anybody transformed into spiritual conscious entities. They're conscious of the spiritual, and they prove it by their example that the Lord is actually living in their body, that they got that supreme divine entity. They're getting it every day. The judgment. The Terminator is here. They terminate. What do we terminate? Your Maya. We terminate the Maya so you can live. Come with us if you want to live. I say that to ISKCON. Come with us if you want to live. I say that to Gaudi Smiti. Come with us if you want real life. If you don't, Maya will terminate. That's what she's doing. You don't believe me? Well, look at these persons are not terminated. Their Maya is terminated. They're ecstatic devotees. That's the real process of Krishna consciousness. That's the finishing work. We're finishing the job. It is finished for many here already. We want to finish it more. We're the finishers. We're the terminators of Maya. Come with us if you want. It's true. This is life, isn't it? Am I just speaking bullshit and lies and exaggeration? No, this is life. We just see, look at Lalita every day. That's life. Look at her bhakti increase. Look at River changing like amazing right before your eyes. Look at Govinda becoming more. Look at everybody. See, Amy came with us and she's living it up, man. She likes this. I gotta give that girl up. I gotta hug a lot of these people back. That's what Lord Caitanya did. You know, he hugged the coach. He only wouldn't hug women because he was sannyas. You know who would hug women? Nityananda. He could do it. He was Avadut. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not a living entity, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Consequently, he is a fully independent controller. Yet in his position as a devotee, he carries out the activities of it. His position as a devotee, took position going out and delivering people. And you know, see, you want sovereignty. That's why you see, I keep preaching this. I preach, oh, you want to get out of, you'll never get out of being controlled, because you got to just be controlled by the highest aspect of existence you can get. See, and that's love. See, Krishna himself comes under the control of love. So why wouldn't we? Right? Isn't it? Don't we come under the control of Radha's love like the Lord? Okay, so here we get our that's real freedom, is coming under the control of love, because I think everybody would like to become under. Let me be under the control of love. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Now, only in the world, the shadow, it seems good for a while, but it doesn't always work out. You know? It's not perfect. It's the shadow of the truth. But it works out perfectly with Krishna. Get that interview. Come to the real devotees here. Get that interview. Go through the regeneration. Become a new person. Be renewed in mind and heart with real love, man, and real intelligence and real understanding. See? And then you're under the control of the spiritual potency, which is wonderful. I love it, man. I pray for it every day. Lord, come on, give me the grace. That's why I come to the grace place, man. You got to be true to the world. Make my words true. Lord Caitanya's grace place. Let me have some of that grace. See, live your life as a beggar, begging for the grace. I love it. Love that. Got my begging bowl out. See, this is the problem. People don't have any begging bowls out. You gurus, man. Back to the gurus. You gurus don't have your begging bowl out because you don't know what to beg for. What do you beg? I beg, Lord, Prabhupada, please make me guru. I also want to be worshipped. I also want to, all in the name of, of course we want to keep going to somebody that has to lead. Somebody has to be worshipped. You got the begging bowl. Oh, give me this position. Oh, I want this position. Yes. Hey, who's got their begging bowl out for devotion and bhakti? Well, I think only here. I saw with my own eyes River begging for this. So she begged in the right place because the Lord told her to say, if you got the right mailbox, you're going to get you. Isn't that true there, Lalita? Get the right mailbox. Work. Your letter gets delivered, and it gets express mail back. Or do you want the long route? Go out there with the in ISKCON and go through the big long around the mountain thing. Go worship those who can't deliver you for a lifetime or two or something. Go be inconclusive about Prabhupada's books. Not understanding what he's actually saying. Have dreams like that devotee, where Prabhupada's speaking, and he's speaking over here actually. But have these dreams, Prabhupada speaking, and you, what are you saying, Prabhupada? Well, you can't hear because your ears are deaf. Nobody spoke to you what Prabhupada's really saying. He left that work for us. Yeah, I probably will tell that lady this. She'll probably, okay, go. Good. Yeah, have a few more dreams of Prabhupada speaking and everybody else nodding their heads like people are nodding their heads here, hearing, and haven't even been in ISKCON. That's probably good for them because now they really hear. Okay? Becoming ecstatic. Being fully independent controller. The Lord gives us that, being independent of his Maya. Now, that's independence? Depending on Maya is slavery. That's the problem. If you notice, the Lord wants to show everybody, even the sheeple in the world. See? The sheeple of the world, sheeple in religion, being dependent on those who are still in Maya is not independence. Look at the independence you're getting. Do I tell you what to do, what to eat, how to live? Or do you get that from your interview with the Lord? Isn't that more freedom? Aren't you free in that? Free to be inspired, without people taking your inspiration away. That's what they do. All the way up into religion, they take away they take away the ability for Krishna to. That's organized religion. They organize Krishna out of the picture. Bhaktisiddhanta wrote a whole paper on organized religion. And when I read it, I said, oh yeah, that's ISKCON. That's all these. They organize religion. As soon as they get a little whiff of real the spirit, which means the tears and all that, they want to stamp it out. And that all into Narayan Raj, into the crying schools in Mayapur. They want to stamp out those tears. That's the spirit of God, my friends. See, Krishna wants to grow and can't grow in that environment. He grows here. We welcome that. We welcome those. Upon hearing this, the king replied, "Why did you allow him to leave? Why didn't you fall at his lotus feet?" Sarvabhauma replied, "Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of God himself and is completely independent. Being Lord Krishna himself, he is not dependent on anyone." The king said, "Bhattacharya, you are the most learned and experienced person I know. Therefore, when you address Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Lord Krishna, I accept this as true." Sarvabhauma, you're the most learned person I know. See, because you've been converted. See, you, Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified. That should be the standard of Vaishnavas, should be deciding, who's Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified? Who worships the Lord with loving, ecstatic devotion, with the tears and the trembling and all of that? Who is that mercy upon? See? Therefore, you're the most learned person. I want to listen to you. And what you say is the truth about Krishna. Oh, no wonder Lord Prataparuja, wife Mars Prataparuja, got mercy. Right? He went to the right place. He went to the person who had got the mercy of the Lord. That's what the world needs to know. Where to get this mercy? It's all described in these books. All you need is to have the vibration put to the book. Now you're hearing something more than the Vedas chant. You're hearing what's transcendental to the Vedas. Brings you into transcendence. You're hearing the conclusion of the Vedas, where it's all leading. You're finding the direct, narrow gate into the kingdom of God that can save you lifetimes following these paths that these gurus have been teaching you. That's this kind of place. You are the most learned and experienced person I know. Again, because he got the mercy of Lord Caitanya to chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. See? Therefore, he got real knowledge, inclusive understanding. Before, he was praising mukti, mukti, mukti. And when he's converted, he was praising bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. Just like bhakti, 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 ocean. It reveals everything. It reveals the truth of Lord Caitanya. Reveals the truth of devotee. It reveals the truth of the path, and the devotee is the path. Just like this verse, man. You're the most learned, intelligent person I know. Therefore, if you say, Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Lord Krishna, then if you address Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Lord Krishna, I accept this as the truth. What is the meaning? Do you think that's deep enough to know? People are saying, yeah, we believe in Lord Chaitanya, but do they? Do they really know deeply who Lord Caitanya is beyond just a intellectual name? Lord Chaitanya is his word as it is. He's conclusive understanding of the real philosophy of Krishna consciousness. He is the conclusive understanding, conclusive truth. You hear from a devotee who has actually been converted and regenerated by the spiritual lotus. And you accept their explanation. Now you're accepting the real Lord Chaitanya, not the fake one. not the one made up, not the one speculated on, that doesn't do anything, doesn't wake up your bhakti, man. See, that's proof. That's not the real Lord Caitanya. That's why you see the lady had the dream. Prabhupada's preaching over here. And she can't hear because she heard over there from ISKCON and all these other cons. You're being conned, man. You don't believe it? Come here and I'll prove it to you. Give me 30 days. I'll prove you're not being conned here, but you're being conned there, because that's still religion. They cannot get the desired result. The desired result is here. Are you really greedy? Do you really want Krishna in this life? Well, people have gotten Krishna in this life. You come and observe for 30 days and you'll see something extraordinary here, and then go over there and look. And then you've got perspective. Otherwise, without seeing this, without interacting with the devotees and hearing about the real truth, then when you hear bullshit, you say, oh, what is it? That's not in the book. The devotees in that sangha are showing me what's really in the book. See? Because your heart knows, doesn't it? God is in your heart. We just help wake him up a little bit. Throw some cold water from the outside. Burn up some illusion, Cold water, little heat. Like, like you see iron in the fire. You see what a blackbird is. That's another habit. Blacks. Ever see the black? To temper something. That's huge. You heat it up. Heat it up. Cold water. Black. Come to the right black. Becomes very strong. Becomes forged into something. A real instrument of the Lord. Isn't that the way the blacks heat up that thing? Put it cool. Okay, well, I think we'll end a little bit, take a little break. We'll be back. Oh, well, first of all, let's hear some, give us a word. Everybody. Give us a word.
Krishna. Maharaj. Oh my God. Thank you so much. The path, it works. It's clearly working. You can see it in myself. You can see it in others. It's clearly working. And oh my gosh, there is nowhere else to go. Every word that you say is conclusive. It's and the people who don't understand, they're just still covered. I'm not saying I'm completely uncovered, but they're just still covered, and it just need to keep hearing more. And that's what you've been saying from the beginning. You've been saying they're just uncovered, and you just got to keep hearing, keep coming here, and you just get uncovered, and you can hear deeper. It's a great process. To experience it is to really know it and to live it. And you're giving us that space to be able to do that, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the devotees in our spiritual family. Thank you, Lalita, so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Karuna.
Okay, Lalita, give us a word.
I didn't understand much of your class today, but yeah. It is the best part while you're preaching, Guru Maharaj, every day over and over again. It's the best part. When I was talking a few days ago, and I wrote it to you later, but you haven't seen it. I was not talking about your videos that improved. Of course, they improved, but I cannot judge about that, but about mine.
About yours. Oh, okay.
I was talking about mine, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because there you can see your progress actually. Why you were that I was reading without saying a word,
Yeah.
without understanding what I was reading. This is
Yeah.
huge transformation, huge transformation. Yeah.
And you can
And-
see the process too, the going back and forth from the purification part.
Yeah.
Now, and then you see now that's all out of the way. It's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Open air. Yeah.
Open air. Yeah, river too. She got a lot of stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Very-
Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah. It's really fantastic.
Amy says it doesn't even take 30 days to get this amazing. But 30 days on the Gohari gift is surefire way to change your thoughts in life. That's that's hope for the world, because she came without a background in Vaishnav. Even though I'm preaching that, it picks up the vibration, begins to understand.
Well, same for me was the same actually, because I had no background either.
Yeah, and it's great too. This knowledge is so precious. When you learn it,
It's better to have no background.
it could be better. Yeah, it depends. Like some people are very sincere and they just kind of there in ISKCON and these other groups by default because they want Krishna and they're just taking what's available. And so now we got another situation available for people who want to go all the way. They could do that. Whereas over there, I haven't seen anybody go all the way, to go through the transformation and have this ecstatic symptoms and where do you see that?
No, like John Andre said, yeah, he never saw it anywhere else, and that's true. Where would it be? We would have heard about it. People would. No.
And it's interesting that these devotees don't even care about it. It shows you that how it's a different level. You don't know. See, we know what is really important to care about. We know what Krishna cares about and Radha and Pruva. They care about this kind of worship. They want to see, Lord Caitanya came to this world to promote the kind of worship we're promoting that nobody else is.
Ignorance in Vaishnavism is very big, very, very big. I need to make pictures of books and send them to devotees in their messenger to prove about the Chaitanya Charita, how the books look like. It's never heard about it.
Really?
Really, yeah.
They want proof too.
Yeah. And where can I buy those books? I said
And
in every temple they should sell them.
What? They're devotees of Krishna and they go to the temple,
Yeah, where can I buy those books? I said in every
Unbelievable.
temple. Maybe it's not true. Maybe it's not true because it doesn't exist even not in my language. Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why I said I read for 3 years. I read in my videos texts that I didn't understand one word. I didn't understand. So doesn't understand my language. So yeah.
You can take just even a verse at a time. Show it to people and explain it. Actually, do a class on it in your language. That would really be.
I did that in the first beginning, but this translation took me so many times, so much time.
No. I mean, you don't the whole big. Just take a couple of verses or one.
Yeah, I can
and just talk about it. Yeah.
In my language, in Dutch.
In your language, in Dutch.
You can do that.
Because one verse is you can preach the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita in one verse.
Yeah.
The essence, one verse.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a miracle how that happened. One verse, that's all I do. I take one verse and preach the whole essence of Chaitanya Leela.
Yeah, it's like Freddy says, Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavata is only translated in English. So
Yeah, and the thing is, if people don't understand it,
they
what
won't
is the
read.
point? Yeah, yeah, and that's what we see. A lot of people, or they'll read it and they may speak on it. Just you know why? Because of pride. A lot of people, they want to. Well, look at me. I'm preaching the highest thing. But nobody's really getting it. Anyway, that's our contribution to Vaishnava. It's the real conclusive truth of Chaitanya Leela and devotional service. The real deep conclusions, the confidential conclusions. We're not holding that back, you know, in word and in deed. No, just Prabhupada's approval, bring it out. Okay, so thank you very much. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
See you later.